Thailand. Thailand, Thai, pratḥêːt tḥaj, officially the Kingdom of Thailand colloquially, is a country in Southeast Asia. It borders Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, Malaysia, the Andaman Sea, part of the Indian Ocean, and the Gulf of Thailand, part of the Pacific Ocean. The capital of Thailand and by far the largest city in the country is Bangkok. The country is de jure a constitutional monarchy. King Bhumibol Adulyadej was head of state from 1946 until his death in 2016. His son Maha Vajiralongkorn has been King of Thailand since December 1, 2016. Until 1939, the country that roughly covered the territory of the current state was called Siam. The approximately 69 million inhabitants are 75% ethnic Thai and 14% Chinese. The majority of Malaysians live in the three southernmost provinces. Buddhism is the predominant religion, almost 94% of Thais adhere to it. It is particularly supported by the state, but is not an official state religion. 5.1% are Muslims. Thailand is an emerging middle-income country classified as a high human development country by the United Nations Development Programme. The country has been able to significantly reduce poverty in recent decades. It benefited from the consumption of a growing middle class and increasing integration into world trade. However, Thailand's main source of income is tourism. In 2017, 35 million tourists visited the country. The capital Bangkok was the most visited city in the world in 2018. Censuses have been conducted in Thailand since 1911, and the National Bureau of Statistics, in collaboration with numerous international organizations, was one of the richest sources of statistical data in Asia in the 1980s. In 2020, Thailand's population was estimated at 69.8 million people. Thailand is one of the 20 most populous countries in the world. However, only 5.5 million people lived in Thailand in 1850, 8.2 million in 1911, 26 million in 1960 and around 53 million in 1987. Population growth, which was 3.2% per year in the 1960s, fell to 0.3% by 2020. Since the 1960s, Thailand has developed into an industrial country and one of the most attractive tourism countries in the world. Increasing industrialization led to the degradation and destruction of agricultural land and the reduction of valuable forest areas. Parts of the watercourses were also damaged. This prompted the government in 1968 to take concerted action to curb population growth with international help. A family planning authority was created and the official family policy was introduced in March 1970, which promoted the two-child family. The slogan, "Many children make you poor," and other economic arguments were put forward. This policy achieved its goal. While the population grew by an average of 3.4% in 1960, this value fell to 1.9% by 1986. In 2020, 16.1% of the population was under 15 years old, while the proportion of those over 64 years of age was 13.9% of the population in the same year. Statistically, the number of births per woman in 2020 was 1.3. In the East Asia and Oceania region it was 1.6. In 2021, 52% of Thailand's population lived in cities. The most densely populated area is the Bangkok metropolitan area with 4,000 inhabitants per kilometer squared. The mountainous areas in the north are the least populated. The official language of Thailand is Thai, with 73 other languages spoken. About 94% of Thailand's residents speak one of the Thai languages, with the remaining 6% being divided between the Austroasiatic, Austronesian, Tibeto-Burman, and Hongmin languages. Standard Thai is based on the dialect spoken in the region around Bangkok. This language has its own alphabet of 44 consonants and 32 vowels, introduced during the reign of King Ramkhamhar, based on the Indian Devanagari, Mon, and Khmer scripts. English is the second language among the educated part of the population and is widely understood, particularly in cities. Many Thais of Chinese descent speak one of the southern Chinese dialects, 38, although as a result of Thaization, many Thais of Chinese descent do not speak Chinese today, only speaking Thai. The dialect of Isan is close to Lao. Malay is spoken by the Malay minority in southern Thailand. Theravada Buddhism is the dominant religion in Thailand, with around 94% of the population following it. See Buddhism in Thailand. There are also up to 5% Muslims, mainly Malays in southern Thailand, 0.6% Christians and 0.1%, around 65,000, Hindus, mostly Indians. Only 0.4% describe themselves as non-religious. The Constitution of Thailand stipulates that the state shall protect and promote Buddhism and all other religions, and promote harmony among the followers of all religions. The king must always be a Buddhist, but Buddhism is not established as the state religion. In the early days of Thai history, education was the responsibility of monasteries on the one hand and royalty on the other. Buddhist monks in monastery schools across the country provided basic education for boys, while the children of the royal family and even those of the nobility received a higher education, as only they were eligible to serve the country in ministries and at court. Few girls were given the opportunity to go to school to at least learn to read and write. By far the largest part of society consisted of farmers who saw little point in being able to read books. The history of the village or families, as well as local philosophy, were transmitted orally. In Thailand there is compulsory education for 9 years. The illiteracy rate determined by UNESCO is only around 4.5%, 2000, which is on par with the European Union. In 2015, the World Bank assumed a literacy rate of 96.7% in Thailand. In the 2015 PISA ranking, the country's students ranked 55th out of 72 countries in mathematics, 55th in science and 58th in reading. The Thai may have only migrated to what is now Thailand in the 11th century. They founded several kingdoms, which were united in the following centuries. However, there was no national state of Thailand until the 19th century. Instead, the many local principalities, Mueang, remained and were only obliged to pay tribute to the rulers in the center. These networks of Mueang dependent on a ruler are called mandala. Their area of influence had no fixed borders, but could expand and contract over time. During the colonial era, Thailand managed to maintain its independence and developed into a modern central state. After the Second World War, Thailand was often ruled by the military in a dictatorial manner. At the same time it experienced an economic boom and developed into one of the economically leading states in Southeast Asia. Domestic political conflicts have repeatedly shaken society in recent years. There are violent clashes between separatist Muslim Malays and the central government in southern Thailand. The rapprochement with Japan continued until the beginning of the Second World War. The Japanese goal was access to the British colonies of Burma and the Malay Peninsula. Japanese troops began advancing into Thai territory on December 8, 1941. An offer of an alliance from Japan was not accepted until December 20, 1941, after Japanese troops had already penetrated deep into the country. Thailand had to allow Japan to pass its troops on the way to conquer Burma and India. In order to simplify transport between Thailand and Burma and to prepare for the attack on British India, the Thailand-Burma Railway was built in mid-1942 under inhumane conditions by forced laborers and prisoners of war, which was nicknamed the Railway of Death. The first empires in what is now Thailand were founded by Mon peoples. These kingdoms were under the influence of the Indianized Funan Empire. Funan also encompassed significant parts of Thailand in the 3rd century, the time of its greatest expansion. Around the 6th century it was superseded by Dvaravati, a Buddhist network of Mon city-states in what is now central Thailand, which lasted until the 11th century. Century existed. At about the same time, the Mon people in northern Thailand had the Harapanjaya kingdom. The culture of Thailand is heavily influenced by the cultures of those peoples who populated the country before the arrival of the Thai, as well as its neighbors. These are above all the Indian, Cambodian, and Chinese cultures. Religious ideas from Buddhism, but also Hinduism, ancestral worship, ethnic religions, and Chinese folk beliefs are deeply rooted in the thoughts and actions of the Thai people. This is expressed, for example, in the head being the most sacred part of the body. The feet, on the other hand, are considered dirty. Stepping over someone or grabbing something with your foot is an insult. Seniority is very important in Thai society. Older siblings owe obedience to younger ones, in return the younger owes obedience to the elder. The traditional Y greeting is given to those of higher standing. The king, as the highest-ranking person in the whole country, is revered, as are his images. Thailand has its own calendar, which predates the Gregorian calendar by 543 years. Thank you for your valuable time you have taken to watch this video.